Hi, it's Valli O'Reilly. I'm back. So I'm going to talk about some other issues like pet care. I'm a big dog lover, and I know a lot of my friends that are makeup artists have dogs. And if you take a job on location, what do? Do you have somebody house sit for you? That's a good idea if you have a couple of dogs. Otherwise, your poor dog is just sitting. Obviously the people that are house sitting for you have to work, so your dog is like home alone, like a lawn ornament. So, a good thing to keep in mind if you're really a big dog lover is there are a lot of places that you can take dogs that are cage-free. Because think about it, if you're really close to your animal, if you really care about anybody, would you put them in a cage? It's like a penitentiary for your pet. Think you're on a movie for 5 months and your dog is behind bars. They only walk them once a day and they can catch all sorts of things. And there's not that big of a difference in price, let me tell you, because, the cage-free kennels, it's another maybe $10 or $15 a day. When you end up getting back a happy dog that doesn't look back when you drop them off, if you have to drop them off again, it's well worth it. I know I've been leaving my dog at Shelby Marlowe's, and she's a woman that she's been on Oprah and everything. She's a dog trainer, and my dog's Boo's been going there for 10 years. And now, I used to be all feeling guilty if I had to go away, and I'd go to drop him off, and he wouldn't even turn around to look back. I was like, "Are you going to say goodbye?" And he'd be so excited to go in there to play with the other dogs. And so you can look at, and she does puppy classes too, which are excellent. So you can look at her at www.shelbymarlowe.com. There's also another place that's in the Valley called Paradise Ranch, which used to be a housing for jockeys. So they have a big property and a lot of space for your dogs to go and run free and have a good time, like being kind of at a doggy spa while you're out there making the money to pay for it, but it's actually a good thing. That's where Mr. Blasco takes his dogs, and he's really into dogs, and his dogs are happier than anything, and so I would highly recommend that place as well. And there's another place in Malibu which I don't actually have the information like at hand right now, but if you go to the website when I'm finished talking, you look, we're going to post everything that I've talked about so that, when you look up I think in the last little segment I talked about cruelty-free products, you can actually go and find out these places where you can leave your pet. And so that's it about that. I love my dog, and I love dogs, and I love to see dogs being treated well and happy. So that's I don't think people really know that they have options. So people a lot of times, get called for jobs at the last minute. So, check these places out. And my last thing I'm going to talk about before we say goodbye is HD. Okay, HD wasn't around when I first started doing makeup. And my one comment of what bugs me, because that's what we're kind of talking about, some of what bugs me, is I think HD is called HD because it's a horrible decision. So if a lot of you guys aren't familiar with HD, rent a bunch of movies in HD and you can see why I think it's a horrible decision. Because it is cheap, yes, but if you really want to capture that Hollywood that we were all looked at as kids and all the old movies and the glamour, I much prefer making up actors and shooting in film. So, Valli O'Reilly signing out in Orlando, Florida, guest of Mr. Joe Blasco. And thanks, Joe, for letting me come in and talk about what bugs me, because I'm sure I could go on and on, but I'll save it for the next time. Bye, everybody.